Greetings, brothers and sisters. Bartek here with episode 12 of our playthrough for Alaloth, Champions of the Four Kingdoms. If you missed the last episode, fear not. Here's a quick recap of what happened. We were wandering the Baga, which are the Orcish lands, and we went sightseeing in the Orcish city of Vhoken Mahl, where we also incidentally got our very, very first purple epic weapon, the Abysmal Ripper. It's meant to be abysmal, but because this is an early access version of the game, there's a typo, which I think is very cute, and we will be henceforth calling the Abysmal Ripper the Abysmal. Choose your pronunciation. Weapon. Now, guys, in a sudden twist of events, I told you last time before I logged off that I was going to go around do some fetch quests simply to get some money, and this is a success, a resounding success, guys. We got nearly 12,000 gold, which we will be free to spend on, you guessed it, food dressing. But before we get to that, in a sudden twist of events, we actually managed to drop an item that piqued my interest. This is the goat head staff. Now, on paper, this has got much lower physical damage, but again, on paper, it's got much higher magic damage. Check it out, plus 80 magic damage, plus 15% magic damage absorption, and it's easier to wield. It takes down less stamina with each swing. Now, because we are essentially running a magical build, even though we are doing lots of hand-to-hand combat, because I think that, well, this game kind of expects you to do hand-to-hand combat, we are going to experiment and go with the goat head staff for now, for two reasons. Again, first, because we're running a magic build, in theory, a magic build, because we are running an elf necromancer. But I also want to check out how you fight with the staff, because up till now, we've did sword and board, we've did dual wield, but we have not done a staff as a weapon. So we're going to do just that. Also, before we go and start questing like crazy, we are actually going to go and return some quests, because we managed to complete one quest here down in Vhoken Mahl, and another one we can do because it's got this little diamond symbol in Nardur, and we have one more quest to return in Nakaskan. And there's also a quest here in Westfall that we can do. It's a courier quest. We essentially have to bring a letter from a human merchant from the Orcish lands to her husband, who's, I guess, some kind of a military man or a watchman. Not important. Before we start handing in the quests, because I logged off in the city of Gholuk and you had not yet a chance to see what this city looks like, we're actually going to go in, see if there are any quests here. And first and foremost, guys, I think a big moment is upon us, because during the time that I had a few days break, as you know, and during that time, Gamera Interactive, the creators of this game, dropped an update. And in that update, I have no idea if they heard me, but maybe it just wasn't my complaint, but we allegedly get food dressing in more vendors. It's available around the world right now, and I'm hyped as heck for this, because I mentioned this a ton of times. I want to do cooking. I want to get my inner halfling on. I want to just, do all the recipes, yeah? But for that, we need an ingredient, which is called food dressing. It's a critical ingredient that is needed for most of the recipes. Couldn't find it. It was more difficult to drop than a freaking weapon of purple color. So yeah, hopefully we're gonna check that out. If these guys have food dressing, if they do, we're gonna buy it. Oh, we're gonna buy tons of it. But before that, we have a guy here. I don't know. Is this a potential new companion? Let's see. Beshkar Reikal. No, hold on. Butchered that. Not great. Beshkar. Got that right. Reika. Beshkar Reika. Okay. Watch your step, stranger. You walk on dangerous ground. But I suppose for a warrior that is intent on facing a god, who is intent on facing a god, but let's not. A bit of poison and heat shouldn't be a problem, of course. Better men than you have fallen to the Gholuk sun, and I wouldn't place my bets on you. I'm stronger than you think, Beshkar. I'm sure you think that, but I won't hold my breath. I was patrolling these sands before you were even born. I saw many fall to the wastes. One thing they all had in common is their loyalty to their people. And it is what I admire about them. I hope you will show loyalty when it matters the most. Farewell. So, was this a champion that we couldn't recruit? Oh no, it's just another champion wandering around the world. It's not a companion. All right. I thought that maybe excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Seemed to be having a rough time a couple of days with the throat, but off topic. Yeah. Because apparently, I thought this was perhaps a companion who decided not to join us because the devs said, I don't know if that changed, I don't think so, but the devs said that you meet, there's a total of 12 companions to meet, but only 4 of them are able, well, 3 of them, I think, or 4 of them are able to join you because which companion joins you depends on your alignment, and that would make sense because there are in fact 3 alignments to choose from during character creation. There is also 12 companions, so that would make sense that there's like 4 for each alignment. So yeah, but no, I thought that perhaps that was a companion. This was just a another champion that we find while questing. Okay, vendor. Okay, guys, excuse me. Drumroll, if you will. Have they got food dressing? Rokul, Mazik, make me proud, brother. Raw meat, eggs, cheese, raw chicken, raw sausage, cut of raw ribs, food. Guys, it is here. Don't be fooled. It says common, but sure as heck, it wasn't common. 11 episodes of our Let's Play series, and finally, episode 12, we get this. I'm, of course, joking. This is a matter of balancing, which the devs are doing on a daily basis. They're adding more content, scaling back, scaling down some content, nerfing certain abilities and spells, and whatnot. But for me, the most important thing is they finally added food dressing. How much is food dressing? It's 10. It's 10 gold. So cheap. It's cheap as butter. Now, for example, chicken leg recipe. How many? We need food dressings. 1. For homemade sausage recipe, we also need 1. Okay, so you know what? And this weighs half a weight unit, whatever it is, pounds or kilos or whatnot. You know what? I'm gonna go with 10. I'm gonna go with 10 right off the bat. I'm gonna go with 10. If we need more, we will buy more. Now, wow, honey. Excellent. Bread, milk, the land of milk and honey. The Baga, guys, land of milk and honey. It's not backwater. It's not savage, as you'd expect. These orcs are different, and respect to that. Okay, I'm going to buy the recipe. I don't know if I already have it. If I know it, that's not important. We've got the money to do so. The ingredients, yeah, let's buy 1 of each. Shit, they're really actually heavy. Look, 1 pack of meat, 1 raw meat is like 1 weight, and it goes into your inventory. It doesn't want to be any other way. Cheese, half a weight. Raw chicken leg, half a weight. Raw sausage, yeah, I don't care. I want to cook. Oh, sorry, we've actually got that. Get 1 milk, get 1 honey. You never know. You never know. It might come in handy. Show me what you have. Just 1 more thing. Can I sell anything to him to make myself a bit lighter? I can sell the Abysmal Ripper, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep the Abysmal Ripper just in case. I do have... It's weird because previously... Look, we've got some like gray items. We have a family sword and like family shield. If I remember correctly, we could sell it to like vendors previously, but now we can't. I don't know if I'm missing something or this changed or... Oh, that's a huge fella. That's Shaquille O'Neal right here. Holy crap. Alright, what do you have to say, Master Lorzorg? Look at you, a fine specimen. Oh, thank you. I'm flattered. In the olden days, you'd do well for yourself in the arena, fighting for your life. The blood, the cheers, so exhilarating. I cannot offer you that anymore. I cannot offer that anymore. But there is a battle that I can offer you. Sorry, but there is a battle that I can offer you that will mark your name in Baga. Tell me about it. Have you heard of the Death Sisters, the duo that is ravaging the land, killing anyone in their wake? They used to belong to my former master. I turned a blind eye to their escape because I remember what it's like to be a slave, but I made something with my freedom, while they did not. I will not help you enslave them again. I'll never work with slavers. Do you want me to... Oh, Master Lorzorg, that is very, very worrying. Okay. Sigh of relief. Nor am I asking you to. You may hate the things we do, you may judge us for it, but these are no free slaves living in Dol Alran. These are murderers, scum of the earth. They deserve nothing but swift death for their crimes. It's a mercy. Huh. This is like the first morally contentious issue that I've come across in this game. And it's about goddamn time. This is exactly what I expect from RPGs. I'll think about it. Do it yourself. I'll think about it. Because this isn't something that I want to, like, ponder on, like, now. But do we show them mercy and help Master Lorzorg enslave them again? Or there should be like an option to deliver justice to them, like on our own, to kill them because of their deeds. But then again, we don't know if Master Lorzorg is actually lying or not. He might as well just be telling us a story so that we help him. They might be falsely accused. They may have not been proven guilty. They might still be, innocent. So exactly, this is the kind of depth that is kind of lacking, but this is a good sign. This is like the first moral quandary type of quest that I've encountered here. So potential for development, perhaps, fingers crossed. All right, not bad. Anything else that we can... Yes, there's apparently one more quest that we can take. Let's go back this way real quick. Let's run. No stamina drain in the city. Plop, 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 plop. Come on. Chop chop, Arwen. Okie dokie, here we are. A heavily tattooed orc greets your sight, standing stoically in front of his tent. You can tell that he is an important figure in the community and someone not to screw with. Not to be bleeped with. Okay. Ugbash Reikka, sorry. I have seen rain fall on desert sands. I saw the fire burn in mountains high, and I saw you in the middle, falling to pieces or arising like the eagles above. Both can be your future. Both are just as likely to happen as they are not to. This is what the blood says. This is what the gods say. Huh. Okay, Ugbash, can you see the future? Parts. Fragments. A vision into a dark room with no light, no warmth, no hope. It is a gamble, one that I find to be worthy of your time. Of our time, excuse me. One that we have practiced for generations. The entrails of I can't read today. The entrails of my forefathers stain the spice in our sands. But it's not our blood we seek this day, but the flesh of our enemies. Such a cool, like, narrative. I was hoping for something more, and no, the Ratkin. Again, the Ratkin have been infesting our lands for long enough, and I'm going to see their plans before they even know them. Bring me the entrails of 10 of their warlocks, and I will divine their future. I have two options. Not interested, or I'll come back with the entrails. I'll take it. I won't be specifically hunting for that, like, for those quest items, but if we come upon Ratkin warlocks, sure. Why not? Why not? We'll slay a few. It sounded so promising, like the narrative with the seer, the orcish savage, like fortune teller. I thought that it was going somewhere, but alas, not yet. But again, big hopes, potential's there, guys. I am still a believer that this game has potential. Just give it time. On our way to Vhoken Mahl to return a quest. Let's wait for the day. And let us venture forth and return a quest. Let's see what we... Where's the quest? Oh, we have actually 2 quests to give in. Excellent. More quests, more loot, more happy. Great. Do we have any more recipes that we have not yet bought? Oh, no. Can we sell any of the green items that we have? That's a negatory. Shit. Why can't we sell gray shit, like, anymore? Not a fan of that. Hold on. Sell. No, 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 no. We can buy, like, the green and the purple items, weapons, but we can't sell the gray ones. Pity. I'll keep looking. I'll give it another try in a couple of vendors, and if I can't sell it and I reach my weight limit, I'm just gonna drop them or destroy them if that's an option. But I could have sworn we could sell gray items before. Archivist Bulgruza. The ritual of the Ukar Rakagul waits for no one. The longer we wait, the less adults we shall have to fight the next war. It is paramount that the witch does as she's told. Did you deliver the poison to that human pestilence? I have. What is your problem with her anyway? She has been around our lands for more years than most of us have been alive. Her and that blasted sister. It pains me to ask for help from someone who might be our enemy, but I had no choice but to do so as our next shaman studies the ancient texts. Will the ritual continue as planned, Archivist? If the witch delivers, we shall have our ritual. Thousands of new souls will be reborn into the warriors they were supposed to be. The exiles will quiver as our new troops march upon them and eliminate them from the life that they forsook. I wish you luck. Bones of the Thirst is the quest's reward that we got. It is another weapon. Let us check out what this rare weapon is. Though the blade itself is quite common, the spine on top of it was taken from an unfortunate patriarch who lost his way in the thirst. It is a 2-handed spear, which is lighter than our currently equipped goat head staff. Good sign. It also deals more physical damage. It also deals magic damage, 15 points with that more. It has a higher crit probability. It deals lower damage, but it has higher physical damage absorption. I mean, I think you guys know where this is going. Yeah. Defo. Yeah. Also, one of the reasons we took the goat head staff is because we haven't fought with staffs before. We also have not yet fought with spears. This will be our chance, so good for us. It's like an upgraded goat head staff. So, yeah, we're gonna give it a try in just a few. The old man greets you with a nod. He looks up into the sky and absorbs the mighty sun's heat before returning to you. I found your amulet. Great gods, I thought I would never see it again. They told me it was theirs by right because it's made of exile items that I confiscated from their corpses, but what do those savages know? Thank you, champion. I won't forget it. Farewell, Turbag. It's been a pleasure. And, okay, we have an amulet that we gave back, but we got a purple weapon. No, we haven't. What was it that we got? No. Alright, I'm either losing it, which is very probable because I'm shattered today, really tough day, or it glitched out. There was definitely a purple item that we got, right? We lost the amulet, which was a quest item. And we were supposed to get a purple something. It's not here, I don't think. No? Okay, again, I might just be tired, but I think that perhaps this was a glitch. We just didn't get the item. Early access. I'm not even angry. Because it's early access. It's the time to make mistakes, guys. It's the time to reiterate, to polish, to receive feedback, to react to criticism. But again, for the 5th time, it might be me. It might not be the game. It might be me today. I'm not my best. Okay. And there was also a quest to return... Uh-oh. Shit. North here. Up north, but we ran into Desert Saurian. Which is, of course, is my fault because I wasn't looking where I was going. Okay, excuse. Just let's beat them up. Get the gold and continue onwards. Yeah, let's take Lorien. No. Take Lorien. Take Lorien. Now venture forth, yes. Alright. Let's see. Holy fuck. I mean, shit. What the hell? Whoa. Was not expecting that. Definitely was not expecting that. Okay. Wipe, here we come. Okay, hold on. Why am I panicking? Maybe it's doable, right? Right, Bartek? Is it doable? No, it's not doable if we continue that way. No. Yeah. 2 mistakes. First, wasn't ready for that. Lost my cool. Apologies. But I think I also made the second mistake that I went in with Lorien. This happened once before when I was fighting with desert trolls. When I went there into the instance alone, I had to face one of them. When I took Lorien, I had to take 2. So yeah. I believe that I had to face 2 of them because I took 2. I believe I had to face 2 of them because I took Lorien. Okay, on our way to Nakaskaden, we have Nanardur, where apparently there's a quest marker for us to do. So let's see what that is all about. By the coast of the mighty Maw, the capital city of Baga sits proudly, overcoming its harsh lands with agriculture and trade from all regions. No other Orcish city can claim to best Nanardur. A clan of discipline and pride, the Baelgrin values their blades and the character of the wielder. If one falls, they must atone or forever swing subpar weapons. Okay. And you know what? Standard procedure. We go out, we wait for the day, and we go back in. We wait for the day, of course, so that we can see what the vendors have for us. Because at night, they're not there. They're sleeping. Lazy bastards. Or they're drinking. Drunken bastards. Bastards nevertheless. Alright. Okay. Pretty orcish. Not the most orcish city I've seen. Nakaskaden, I think, is so far the orcishest city I've seen. But I just realized that, yes, we have some lore, book, quest update, and we also have a skill update, I think. Let's just quickly pop into character screen, character stats. Yes, we have a stat point to spend. Guys, we've maxed out Constitution. And if you remember, or not if you knew, when I was leveling previous stat points, I was always wondering whether I should go for Constitution, max it out, and then I wanted to go for Strength, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start spending points in Strength now, and see where that takes us. Okay, Oblag Tomb. Careful not to fall down into the pit. It is extremely hard to extract someone from there without impaling them on the spikes. Sometimes we don't even bother to. It deters the next one that tries to jump down there. What's the story behind it, man? Oblog says, used to be an arena of some kind, way before our time. Criminals that want a second chance would be dropped there and fight to the death. It's like a mini coliseum. The winner got his freedom, but we don't use it anymore, but by Marika, I wish we did. Perhaps in the future? Okay. Bit of lore there. Anything on the quest board? More Ratkin? No, thank God. Alright. What's this? That's a comfy couch. Who are you? You are Ulgan. Finally, someone who looks like they can handle themselves come through. Yeah, not the best display with those freaking Deathclaws, if you will, that we had to run in just a couple of minutes ago. I swear, all those young ones don't know a goddamn thing about fighting for others. If I was in my prime, I'd slap them, but you can be a fuse. You can go slap them for me. What do you need, Ulgan? I came here to seek some knowledge, and my captain sent me, you see. We need to fortify our ships, make them better in light of the new troubles occurring in the water ever since Alaloth. Now I think that I know the solution, but I need someone to gather it for me. What's the solution? It's a simple paste if you follow the right instructions, a method they used 1,000 years ago to protect the ships from sand and grime. It requires finger vines, as you can see. There are none growing here. If you find some, I'm sure the captain will pay you handsomely. I'll find you the finger vines. And I even know where to look for them. In the first Orcish fighting area with the one skull, forgot the name, but I know where it is. There are finger vines there, and I know because I wanted to pick them. I couldn't because apparently you need a quest for that. And it's going to be a really quick one, so we're just going to pop in there and do that. But where's the other... I'm lost. Okay, I'm here, and there's a quest giver right by the arena. Alright, let's zoom out a bit. Let's head eastwards to... Is that a dwarf? It seems like it's a master dwarf. Or, no, he's just kneeling. Sorry. You spot a man from Sarikh, a strange sight on this side of the world ever since the Caliphate has been shut off from plowmen. Few have been seen as of late, and you wonder what his purpose is, as he is heavily armed and guarded. Azir al-Duhai. May time be forever on our side, on your side, champion. I've heard much of the troubles that plague. I've heard. Hold on. Excuse me, had to clear my throat again. Azir al-Duhai, may time be forever on your side, champion. I have heard much of the troubles that plague your lands. I wish I could say that I know none of the pain of dealing with such chaos, but my homeland's problems deny me that satisfaction. May your journey be blessed as well, Nari. Journey. One might think it's a sacred duty, but not many would follow my example these days. I came with the last caravan, with my friend who has departed from us to seek his own purpose. I am here for one thing alone, to find the truth behind the words of my ancestors. And what would that be, Azir? Nari? Long ago, a famous warrior by the name of Salah al-Hudin was hunting a demon that had defected to darkness and sent our lands into famine. Along with his trusted partner Hisam, he tracked the demon to the lands of the orcs, where he slew it. In the battle, Hisam was killed. Salah returned a hero and was hailed as the bravest among the Al-Hudin. It was only when his last testament was unearthed 100 years later, as is tradition, that the truth came to light. A confession before death is a sacred rite, and he used it to confess his gravest sin, murder. The Al-Hudin denied the testament, claiming that he wrote it out of grief and delirium, but I know that the proof is still out there waiting for us. He claimed greed pushed him to it, but his original claim was that the demon disintegrated Hisam, leaving no remains. I am to disprove that. On my honor as Nari al-Hudin, warrior of Sarikh, I ask that you aid me in this endeavor. The orcs do not trust me leaving their capital, so I must seek other means. Find Abid Ziral in the east. I send him to find the location of the demon's last stand. Find Hisam's remains and bring me proof. Okay, I will help you find them. That was a nice long introduction to a quest. Really nice. Okay, sorry. Lost my thought there. What's this? Is this a companion? Is it? Who is it? Up this way? I think that's another champion. They call you champion, a respectable title. I hope that you live up to it. I am Karik, formerly of Clan Baelgrin. Although I'm sure I'll be hunted for saying that in their presence. Apologies, did not mean to sulk. I'm grateful for still having my head on my shoulders. Why don't you belong to Clan Baelgrin anymore? Because I'm a disgrace. I shamed the names of my ancestors with my life, and now I must atone. Others might run away into the wastes, becoming exiles and live in their sin, but not me. I will regain my father's mace. I will belong to the Baelgrin once more. I prove myself. I will belong to the Baelgrin once more, once I prove myself. I apologize. May Marika give you strength. Okie dokie. I'm not sure what that blinking chest symbol to the left means. Consumables. Is it because we've got new consumables? No, it's still blinking. Is it because of new items? Is it because of quest items? Cookbook? Is it gone now? No. Does it mean we're encumbered? Not yet, I guess. Journal. Okay, journal. Sorry for the pause, guys. It just really is quite annoying that it's blinking out there all the time. Yes, I'm not going to go over all these exclamation marks. Okay, screw it. I'll look into it later. Where were we? Where were we? Sorry, got distracted. To the Shimmering Maw. Okay, we've been here. We don't have any items that we can socket because we have an enchanter in the southeastern part of the city. That's where the little orb is next to the blacksmith. But we don't have any socketed items. I think. Let me just double check that. Nope. And is this socketed? No. Okay, so we don't have any business going down there. Let us go to the Shrieking Maw. No, that's the tavern. Okay, so let's go up here. This is Mother's Lair, which I guess is the main map. And of course, I am mistaken once again. Nevertheless, a quest awaits. Let us pick it up. The strength and respect imbued into this warrior is apparent from the first glance you take of him. He is both threatening and calming at the same time, a feeling that confuses you. A strange warrior walks into town wishing a fight they can never win, only that glory will suffice by winning an impossible victory. I respect those that go beyond the call of duty to save others, but I respect those that bring peace in troubled times more. Let us see if you can do both. I'll certainly try, Toruk. That you will, and we shall suffer the consequences if you don't. I will not stand idly. I will not stand idly by while our world is burning. And I know of a way to protect our precious lands from the terror of Alaloth. Will you be of aid to our cause? Will you protect our desolation? What do you need? The hearts of demons, the fiery creatures of the netherworld. Our scholars and shamans told us they're useless, for they take too long to smelt. But I believe they are the key to our survival. I'm creating an arsenal of demonically infused weapons, and I need their hearts to do it. I will bring you the hearts. Righteous flame. Okay. Lore dump. You are in the presence of the glorious, the magnificent, the illustrious Grand Matriarch Mazoga. Know your place when you approach. Do not desecrate the sanctity of this hall. I am Glasha, acolyte of Mother Mazoga. Disturb me if you must, but do not bother the Matriarch with trivialities. Tell me about the issues Baga is facing. Beside the obvious degradation of our desolation, the faith in our esteemed matriarchy has been eroding. Many young ones now believe that the order is no longer needed. Others wish a return to the days of the patriarchy. The exiles in particular hold a grudge against our supreme mother. Tell me of the Baelgrin clan. Clan Baelgrin is the embodiment of Orcish discipline and strength. The clan believes that the blades they carry should match the character of the warrior wielding them, so if one brings shame to their clan, the weapon is stripped from them until they atone. Many thanks for your time, Glasha. It's been very educational. This must be a champion. Bashag Ayagesh. Life is a fleeting thing, I find. One moment it's there, a second later it's gone, and there's nothing that can bring it back. Think about that when you step into the devil's cage. He will show you no mercy, and death is his domain, as he proved during the terrible tempest. May I know your name? Bashag of Clan Ayagesh, a father in a family of corpses, a brother and son to no one. This is the price we paid for our negligence, the suffering we deserve for not fighting like we should have. I wish you well, champion, but Alaloth should be mine. I hope you find peace, Bashag. And, do not approach me with an empty tongue, champion. Okay, I assure you, my tongue is not empty. It's full of quips. Matriarch Mazoga Baelgrin. A champion enters the mother's lair. Will he find death or mercy? An ally or an oppressor? One can never know the answer until they are faced with the consequences of their action. For now, I will welcome you, but cross us, and you will find the bottom of the well of Baga. How can I be of service, your excellency? Very aloof, this matriarch. Aloof indeed. While your kind creates their sad tales, ours was forced upon the orc. We call him Akidan the Unfortunate. How corrupted we have become because of his presence, how hopelessly we struggle against changes to come. Akidan knows it better than all of us. What happened to him? As he was traveling the wastes during the descent, as he was traveling the wastes during the descent, he was struck by the first of the tempests and absorbed much of its corruption head on. The result left with a demonic shell growing around him. He became a monster to everybody, so he shunned himself to seclusion, never to die, never to live. Do you know where he is? My predecessors have kept tabs on the demon. He moved to the old proving grounds to avoid harming any mortal. You see, the demonic half of him demands that he'd be a killer, so he has to stay away from any living soul. That's no way to live. I've decided to put an end to his misery, but with your help. As you wish. Sorrow and Sand. I'm venturing a guess that this is actually another skull level fighting area that we have to do. The Eternal Cage? No. Sisters of Eras? Shit. What was I? It was just there. Light, Crimson Spiders, Deep at Dawns, Forgive and Forget? No, that's the Devourer. Righteous Flame? No, that's the Demons. Shadows Awaken, Skeletons, Sorrow and Sand. That's the one. Kill Akidan the Unfortunate in the Proving Grounds. The Warding Eye being the reward. Okay. Okay. So as soon as we enter the world map, we'll see if I'm right. I'm betting 3 food dressings that I am right. That this is indeed a skull level dungeon in the Baga. Just like that, whatever his name was that wiped us 3 times in a row. It was the skull dungeon in the Elven Lands. Where's the world map? Down here. Okay. So just patience, guys. 1 second. 1 second. The Proving Grounds, was it? Oh, great. Dead end. Tisk tisk, Bartek. Tisk tisk. Your orientation in the town is just horrible. Can we... I just want to see if I can sell him anything. Sell? Goat head staff, BD. No, still can't sell the common items. But you know what? I am going to get rid of the goat staff because it's heavy as hell. And I'm not going to use it because the spear we have is better. No, we don't want to buy it. Okay, craft, maybe? You do not have any items that can be socketed. Yes, I do not. How unfortunate. You? Sell. And again, no. He doesn't want our common items either. A pity. I'm gonna have to drop them. Okay. Take a look at the proving grounds. Where is it? The proving grounds. Yep, exactly. See that little diamond in the middle indicates there is a quest there, and it's in the skull dungeon, so it's hard as hell. I'm not going there anymore. We are going to go to Naka's Cotton, and we're going to wrap it up for today. But don't you worry, there's plenty of more Alaloth content where this came from. It's just being made, guys. It's gonna be made, and it's gonna be published really soon. I will, however, have to slow down the pace because I am going for an incredibly well-deserved holiday break with my kid. And what I'm going to try to do, it's going to be for 2 weeks. So I'm going to try to record a couple, at least 3, maybe 4 episodes in advance, so that I can schedule it being published, so that you're not left with anything, guys, for the next 2 weeks. You can get a little bit of your Alaloth fix, or my sweet and jingly voice fix. I jest naturally regarding to the last part, but yeah, I'm not gonna leave you with anything that I can promise. But it's not gonna be like daily premieres. It's gonna be probably once every 2, maybe 3 days, depending on how many I can manage to actually record. In the meantime, Daroga Dirts, you're back then. Good. I don't see any of my supply on you, so I assume those bastards sank down my merchandise. Damned idiots, they just cost me a lot of potential clients. Your men were slaughtered by ratkins, but that's not all. I found an illegal spice around your caravan. You're no merchant, are you? What are you going to do about it then? It's not like you can prove anything. No one here is going down there to check it out, and I have 1,000 stories to tell if I'm caught. Don't be a hero. Just take your coins and go away. I'll be keeping an eye on you. And this is yet another moment where they could introduce 2 options to this quest, 2 paths. We can either take the money from Daroga and forget we ever saw all that illicit stuff around the caravan, or we could maybe blackmail her, or we could go to the authorities. Again, tons of improvement, tons of ways. Tons of room for improvement. There's a million ways this game could be better, and I am really counting there is a chance that this will happen eventually one day. It would be a damn waste if it didn't, really. World's huge, lore is really, really rich, art style beautiful, sound okay, combat system learnable. So yeah. But for now, we have only one option. I'll be keeping an eye on you, Daroga Dirts. And we have an acid gem and mixed cooking spices. Not great, not terrible. No bounties available. Are there any quests available? Let me see. I'm not wearing my glasses, disclaimer. So I may not see something you guys see. I don't think we have any quests to pick up here just now. So yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up for this episode, and I'm actually gonna record another one straight away, so I have some in stock for you. Once again, thank you for dropping in. Like if you liked, unlike if you, dislike if you didn't like it. Drop a comment if you want to share anything, and consider subscribing to our slowly growing community if RPGs are your thing. I'm actually thinking of the next thing I'm going to cover in the Let's Play. I don't want to go full Let's Play on this channel, I think, but it seems like the kind of stuff that you guys are enjoying, so I'm going to continue with it because for me it's fun. I like playing RPGs, and now I have a good excuse to do so. And I have motivation to finish it because I want to at least try to complete these games. No promises though, because if I get too bored, I'm just gonna drop it. I'm not gonna force myself to do anything. But yeah, I'll try. So yeah, it's Alaloth for now. I'm off to record another episode for you guys. As usual, thank you so much for dropping in and listening. I'll talk to you soon. Bartik out.